Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. This video is going to be about this show I've been watching. It's called, I don't know what it's called. It has a really fucking long name. But it's about this guy. He was drunk. This is going to be the little, before we talk about the actual episode, this will be the little, description. This guy got drunk, confessed his love to his boss. Her name's Gojo. His boss rejects him. Then he shaves. Well, actually, he meets a girl that is a high school, and she's a runaway. And we don't know everything about her backstory, and I won't get into that right in this section of the video. But she's a runaway. And he takes her in. Their living arrangement is Sayu, which is the girl, cleans and does chores, and Yoshito lets her live there. And, yeah. Really good. I would say the show is like a 10 out of... Well, not 10 out of 10. I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. I would highly recommend. Anyways, now I'm going to get into spoilers. So, we're talking about episode 8 here. Episode 8 was pretty good. It started out with Sayu. She's like walking home from work. It starts out from her at work, and she's talking to her friends, and they're saying, well, one girl's her friend, the other guy is not her friend because that guy raped her, raped her, then tried to rape her, and they're saying that you can't run away from this forever. You can't run away from your brother forever. This isn't a good idea. What are you gonna do? And then it cuts, and she starts walking home, and she stops at a convenience store to get some food, and then she sees Yashito, which is the guy, like one of his coworkers. Her name's like Miyu or something like that, but she ends up helping Sayu because then she runs into her brother again, who sees her. Well, her brother's like driver or whatever, who sees her. And they go to a karaoke bar and they talk. And Mayu, I think that's her name, the coworker, talks to her and asks her questions like, what are you going to do? You're living with this guy that I like, that I'm in love with. Well, she doesn't straight out say that, but she's like, you're living with him. What are you going to do? You can't keep running forever. You can't expect Yoshito to let you live here forever. Like, you need to figure shit out. And you need to figure out what you want. And you gotta do the things that you want because your time here in Hokkaido is short. And you can't just mooch off of him for the rest of your life. Because that's not fair to him or you. What are your dreams? What do you want to do? And that, in my mind's like, wow. This is like such an interesting way to spin something and like talk about something. Like, it's telling you life is short and you met Yoshito for a reason, so you need to do what you want to do. You can't run away forever. You can't run away from your problems forever. They will catch up to you. But while in the moment, you need to treasure the moment, which I think is a good message and a good thing to talk about. This show is so fucking good. I love the dark theme. But anyways, then she texts Yoshita, and he comes and he gets her, and they go home. And then when they're leaving, I guess he looks at Sayu in a certain way, and then when they leave, she starts crying because she loves Yoshita, and she wants Yoshita to look at her the way that he looks at Sayu and Gojo. Which is, when you're in love with somebody and you want them to look at you, she wants her opinion to be validated, like her presence to be validated, and her feelings to be, like, matched by him. And it's like, it's such a good show. I'll say that several times because it's true. And they talk about her relationship, anyways. And then they're on their way home, and they see a flyer for... there's a summer festival coming up, where it's like tomorrow. Yoshito would have never gone if Sayu didn't want to go. So Sayu, he rents out a kimono for her, and they go to this festival. And Sayu, I guess, she had strict parrots, I guess, and she's never had cotton candy. So she tries cotton candy, and she's like, it dissolves, it's aerated sugar. And it's like, okay, this is interesting. And then it seems like, in my opinion, Yoshito kind of likes Sayu, which is weird, and Sayu kind of likes Yoshita, but they won't say it. This is like well, I guess they couldn't do anything because she's a 16-year-old and he's a grown-ass adult. But then they start talking as the fireworks are going off. And they're talking, and they're like, Sayu asked him, she's like, would you have sex with me if I was an adult? And she asked, and then she says, do I look at, no, wait, she says, do I look as good as Gojo does? She, like, mumbles that, and then he's like, what? He didn't hear her, I guess, or he chose not to hear her. And then he asked her a question. He asked her when she's going to go back. And then she goes on this long dialogue. She's like, do you want me to leave? Like, and he says, yes, I want you to go back home. And, which is weird because I don't think it's true. Because he, like, stops and pauses. And he's like, you can tell it's like in his brain he's thinking. He's thinking of the proper response because they've been holding hands all night, which is fucking weird. But I think they both like each other. I don't think they'll ever come out and fucking say it. And she, like, says, she thanks him for everything he's done for her. Because he's done so much. He's let her live in his place. He's let her do this, that, and the other. Like, he's gave her so many opportunities in this little town to make friends. And she's never had friends. She's never gone to a summer festival. She's never done all these things. And she's got to experience the world more because of him. And he's helped her grow and realize she can't keep running from her problems. Can't keep running from them. Now, I do think we need to learn more about her backstory. We've gotten bits and pieces, and I hope before the show ends that we do learn more. But, nevertheless, they keep talking, and they're like, she says, if I was an adult, would you have had sex with me that night? And he looks puzzled. She's like, in my heart and in my brain, I say you wouldn't. And would you have still saved me in my heart and my brain and say that you would? Because she was like sitting on a street corner. It's like, wow, she realizes this man's a really nice guy. But also, like, he is doing it for somewhat selfish reasons. He's doing it for himself as well. But I mean, she is helping him. He's helping her. It's a mutual relationship. And I think he probably would have banged her. Just saying. He's got all these women throwing themselves at him, though. But then they go back to his house. And, okay, I'm going to say this right now before I talk about what they do at the house. It really does bother me that they act like they don't like each other when they do. And it's clear and obvious they like each other. Now, it'd be kind of weird if they got together, as I said. But, like, it's a romance series. Like, there's obviously going to be romance. And, like, I don't know. I feel like they should just get together, even though, you know. Oh, no. I don't know. Anyways, they get back, because they're both playing delusional, like, they don't see it. But they get back to his apartment, and then they go to sleep, so it's the next morning. And the doorbell rings. And guess who it is? Saijo's brother showed up. And that's where the episode ends. I'd give this episode an 8 out of 10. Banger alert! Anyways, that's going to do it for this episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!